We began in the year 2010 with Sports Saturday and free commentary of all home and most non-league games. We continued with live updates after County got promoted in 2013. We flipped it into a podcast called Sport Hour in 2019. And we began smashing it again from 2020 as we became all new Look Back in Amber. Today, we are very proud to be the official podcast of Newport County FC. Right here, it's Lamsey live at the Neon. Right now, this is a Look Back in Amber special edition.
Broadcasting in digital stereo, online, on your mobile phone, and on your home devices.
Right here, right now.
Newport City Radio.
For the next 60 minutes plus, we're absolutely county on Newport City Radio. So we are back for a brand new season of New Look Back in Amber, and this is kind of like the forward-looking season review. We haven't got any transfer news for you. Everybody's staying exactly where they are, but we have got some amazing news about Luke.
Yep.
We've got rid of him already.
We have.
Yeah,
Yep.
so his folks have got COVID, so we said stay home, take it easy. Stephen, first of all, before we go into the details of the new season, talk me through the transfer situation. First of all, who's left Newport County over the summer break?
At the end of the season, Newport County had 12 players retained. Lewis Twamley, Joe Woodywis went into the development squad with Evan Ovendale, Harrison Bright and Jack Caradogan getting offered their first professional contract. Yeah, so we offered contracts to Dom Telford, Courtney Baker-Richardson, but they chose to go elsewhere. Kevin Ellison was offered a coaching role, but he decided he wanted to continue playing, so he moved on. We also lost Ryan Haynes, Alex Fisher, Courtney Senior, Padraig Armand, Lewis Hall and Ryan Hillier. 8 scholars also left the club, including an owner in Livermore. So, yeah, we'll go on to the new players, but we've announced 8 new players. So, yeah, been very active in the transfer market.
Okay, so that's people leaving. We've done the business early this year, haven't we? So I think we were quite surprised because we've been keeping track all over the summer so far. And it's moved pretty fast, hasn't it? So who's joined Newport County for the brand new 21-22 season? 22-23 season?
22-23 season, yes.
I go for a lie down already.
Yeah. I think, like you said, we were really active. We'd got our business done early, announced a lot of deals towards the end of May and in June. Some of them got confirmed on June the 10th and then even more on July the 1st when players' contracts run out. Yeah, so shall I run through who we've signed?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, so I'll start off, I'll go by position by position. So I'll start off with the defence. We got a really good sign-in for an undisclosed fee, Declan Drysdale from Coventry. Not the defender from Coventry that we all thought we were going to get. He's gone to play one game in the Champions League. Josh Pask, obviously. He was at Ross County last season. He's had loans at Cambridge. He scored 1 goal for Cambridge, which was against Newport County in April 2021. He's been at Gillingham, Solihull Moors, so he's got a bit of experience. So I think he can also play in midfield as well as a defensive midfielder. So very, very good option to have. We've been continuing our good links with Liverpool FC. We had Jay Kane last year. We've now got Adam Lewis, left-sided player, left-back. He made 14 appearances for Livingston in the Scottish Premier in 2021-22. He's got League One experience. He was at Plymouth. So I think he's going to be an exciting option at left-back. So obviously Ryan Haynes going, we needed somebody, so we've got him as well. Going into the midfield, we've got, there's going to be a recurring theme of players that James Robury knows well. So,
well, you'd hope so. That's what he's there to do.
Yeah,
That's the whole point.
From his time at Cardiff. The first one being in the midfield, Sam Bowen, joined for an undisclosed fee from Cardiff. He made 5 appearances last season. He made 1 appearance for Barry Town in the Welsh Premier in 2021. His father, Jason Bowen, made over 100 appearances for Newport County between 2004 and 2008. There's another player with links with Liam Shepherd before, didn't we?
What I liked about that as well, Newport County made quite a thing about that on Facebook. I thought that was lovely. That was a really nice way to tie in some of the heritage of obviously Newport AFC, but before that Newport County Football Club as well, and just lovely to see that. Yeah,
it's great to get another player in with good links to the club. Like I said, we had Liam Shepherd before, his father played for County. Yeah, another good sign-in on a free transfer, Aaron Wildig. He was at Morecambe. Very experienced player. He made 216 appearances, 21 goals for Morecambe between 2014 2022. Another one from ex-Cardiff City. So I think it's another one that Robury knows. Scored against us last season for Morecambe in the FA Cup. Knocked us out the FA Cup. Also, he featured in our playoff final defeat against Morecambe. And then, we've obviously losing Dom Telford, Courtney Baker-Richardson. We needed to invest in some forwards. So the first one joined on a free. He was at Barrow, Ofrande Zanzler. 27 appearances, 5 goals for Barrow last season. But he also made 15 appearances and scored 2 goals for Exeter on loan in 21-22. He's at 4 different clubs in the last 4 seasons. So I think he needs to kind of settle somewhere, and I think Newport County is going to be the perfect place for him to do that.
Brilliant. So what are you making of the transfer action so far?
Yeah, I think we're doing really well. I think we're going for a nice mixture of young players, obviously players Robbery knows, but we're also adding a little bit of experience, especially in the midfield, bit of creativity. I think with Bowen and Will Digg as well, which we might have been missing a little bit because we lost Kane, Azaz and Cooper, went back to their clubs. And then, Chan Kazimba, I think he's a really exciting signing. He's come in on loan from Cardiff City. Got League 2 experience with Northampton last season, 13 appearances, 1 goal. He's very, very good. He has been very good at under 23 level. He was Cardiff's top scorer. He's got 9 goals in the development league last season. It's easy for me to say. Yeah, also whilst he was at Blackburn, he got 13 and 31 when he was at there. He's been very good at youth level, but I think he's going to get a chance now to show what he can do, more at senior level. Whole season, Robbery knows him well again, worked with him at Cardiff. Another striker again, Omar Bogle, came in from Hartlepool for an undisclosed fee. I can't talk this afternoon.
I need new buttons, you need new teeth.
Yeah. He scored 5 in 22 appearances for them, but he also got 1 in 11 for Doncaster. Another player who spent some time at Cardiff. He spent 3 years there, got promoted to the Premier League with them. He was actually £1 million transfer when he was at Cardiff. So, another player I think needs to find a place and settle. He's had a lot of clubs. I suppose you could call him a bit of a journeyman, but I think Robley spoke about it in the supporters meeting. These are the type of players. I think Newport County is the perfect place for them to find a home. And we're so good at doing that. So I think, very good experience figure. And finally, a bit of a left field signing. Will Evans, he's come in from Ballertown in the Welsh Premier League. He also follows on from James Waite, who's been very successful. And Priestley Farquharson, who we signed from that league as well. Yep, very exciting player. I'm looking forward to seeing him actually. Scored 11 goals in 24 games in the Cymru Premier last season, but he also scored twice for Wales C against England, and I think that's what made people sit up and notice him. So I think he's going to be a very, very exciting player. He can also play on the left hand side as well. So very, very, very good business so far.
I think this is what we've got to very quickly do, is remind people there's a brand new system and structure in place. Say brand new, it's probably, this is now the first real test of it. So this is Darren Kelly, the sporting director that we spoke to a couple of months ago. Hopefully, as the transfer window closes, we'll get Darren back on to talk to him about the whole thing, because we're kind of it's still opening up in the air at the moment, isn't it? And we know he's a bit busy, hopefully getting the right players for Newport County. But it's really interesting that if the database is throwing up these sorts of players that you just mentioned there, and they've got that link with James Robbery, surely there's a little bit of magic coming our way, isn't there?
Oh, I think so. Yeah. Like this time last year, we were kind of worrying where the players are going to come from. We were really slow in the transfer market. We were late going into the transfer market. But I think it's just a sign now of the difference in the club. A whole year later, we're sitting here and we're talking. We had our business done 3 weeks ago, and I think what Robbery did is he brought them all in. And we'll move on to the pre-season fixtures in a minute. But he's got his team more or less. He's had them for the whole of the pre-season, so you can get into them. They're kind of forensic, the way they kind of look at players and choose players. Darren Kelly made a brilliant presentation in the last supporters meeting about how they've been choosing players, and so obviously it's going to be exciting, I think.
Okay, so on paper, because that's what we can tell so far, and we'll talk about pre-season in a second, but maybe you include pre-season in your answer to the question if you want, but as it just is, the ones that you've just laid out there, do you feel that Newport County are a stronger team on paper before we go into this season than we were at the end of last season?
At the end of last season, well, I think we lost Don Telford, and those goals are going to be hard. Finazaz was on loan, so I don't know. It's a very good question. I would probably say as good as. Yeah.
Has it fixed any problems in your mind that the previous season threw up? So any fixes in there that you thought, yeah, that'll solve that problem?
Yeah, I think the midfield, Wildig and Bowen, I think, yeah, they'll be really good signings for us. Last season, obviously, yeah, we had Zaz Cooper, but they weren't permanent. But these guys are in permanently. I think Wildig, with his experience as well, a bit of creativity, probably get some assists. Yeah, I think, yeah, we're looking good in the midfield. We want to add another attacking midfielder, apparently, according to James Rowbury. So, yeah, we'll see who that is.
And out of the list of new players that you've just gone through, who's your one to watch?
I'm going to go for Will Evans. I'll go for Will Evans.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think we've seen James Waite came in and he took to League Two like a duck to water, and I think this guy's going to do the same as well. I think he's going to be a very, very exciting player. So hopefully he gets, I'm sure he'll get lots of opportunities under Rowbury to feature.
I'm going to go Will Dig because I just like the name.
Yeah.
That's all I'm bringing.
He's a good player. Very, very good player.
Brilliant stuff. That's the transfers in and out so far.
Right here, right now.
Newport City Radio.
Okay, next up on the special edition today, it's just me and Stephen because we couldn't get Luke on because of technical glitches, and Luke couldn't make it into the studio today. So let's move on to the next bit, which is the pre-season results. So walk me through the matches so far. What are the results, and what does that tell us about the forthcoming season?
Yeah, well, we started off pre-season against Andy. It's like an annual fixture. We won 7-0. Played kind of two different teams in like the first and second half, obviously to give players minutes. But I think that one was really positive. Will Evans got his first goal, Wildig got a goal, Bowen, James Waite got 2, which makes me think that James Waite's going to be more of a presence this season. I think, judging by pre-season, I think he's going to have a real impact. Tom Stokes got one, Zanzala got his first goal, so I think that was a real positive. Yeah, like you said, it's a bit hard to judge because there's two different teams in like both halves, so it's just all about getting players minutes, really, isn't it, and developing the style. So then they went on. They played Hungerford. They won 6-0. James Clark got a goal. Will Evans again. Chanka Zimba got his first goal. Jack Caradogan got a goal. Youngster, nice for him to get a goal. James Waite again scored. Like I said, I think he's going to have a real impact. Omar Bogle got a goal as well, his first goal. So, yeah, again, I think we played like two different teams. So, obviously, it was, it's nice to see the team scoring goals. At that moment, I think you're thinking, well, we don't have to worry about where the goals are going to come from. Obviously, against better opposition, it's not going to be that kind of score, is it? Obviously. No. And then we went on. We played Cardiff City in a friendly. I think it was a full match. It was originally going to be like 2 60-minute matches, but it was... Yeah, but I think we held out for like 3/4 of the game against Cardiff, which I think is really good. They got 2 late goals, so I think it was a good exercise for the players against opposition, better quality opposition, obviously. And then we went to Western Supermare, won 4-0. Yeah, I think for these two matches, Rowbury had two different teams. He had like 15 players went on the Friday, and then a different lot played on the Saturday, so he was starting to kind of formulate his first team, I think, more now. He's starting to like get closer to the first game of the season, so he needs to kind of start, trying to get an idea of who that team's going to be. Yeah, good for Lewis Collins. He got a goal. Chanka Zimba got Harrison Bright got a goal, which was really nice for him. Obviously, he's involved in the first team now, so and Matty Dolan scored as well. Then the next day they played Torquay in what was probably hot conditions. It was quite warm that weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was probably a bit of a difficult one. Yeah, like I said, it was kind of a different team again from the day before. So it was all about getting minutes. And then yesterday, this is the one I think probably give us a better idea of where we're going to be at the start of the season. We went away to Forest Green Rovers, and we got a 1-1 draw. They went in front through a Jamil Matt penalty early in the second half. Changed the goalkeepers. Joe Day first half made some good saves. Townsend came in then for the second half, and then Zanzala again, he got a late goal, so I think it was a really good run out, I think, against Forest Green, and that will give us a good idea of where we're going into the season. I think 1-1 away at Forest Green's not a bad result, really. So I think positives for me was just like looking at the goal scorers. Zanzala got 2 in pre-season, Zimba got 2, Will Evans got 2, James Waite got 3, and then you had a number of players then on 1 goal each. Bogle, Wildig, Bowen, Dolan, Bright, as I said, Stokes, Caradoga, and lots of goals around the team. It's a real positive pre-season for me.
Let's talk about the goalkeeper situation then. So no new goalies in.
No, we don't need them.
No, we don't, because we've got 2 amazing ones and a backup in supply as well. So who do you start with come the 30th?
Yeah, I'd probably go with Nick Townsend, to be honest. But Joe Day has made some good saves in the games recently as well, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's actually number 1. But for me, I'd go with Townsend.
I think the Argus kind of uncovered this. I think they've asked the question, haven't they? And I think Rowbury said that it's open. Yeah. It's anyone's to take, which I think...
I don't know why we keep on talking about it now. We've got 2 good goalkeepers, and
I think you've alluded to it quite a few times. So there's you spotted errors in Joe Day's play. That's what's made us talk about it. Obviously, we're excited. We had Joe Day on the show a couple months ago as well, but we're right to talk about it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I just think it's a conversation that's going on and on. We've got 2 good goalkeepers. If one starts to maybe dip in form, bring the other one in. No problem. There's no need to have a go at Joe Day. That's what I'm trying to say. Is there's a lot of lot of really bad comments about Joe Day, which I just don't agree with. I think he's a good goalkeeper and he's been a great servant for us as well.
I agree, and that's why I wanted to bring it up. So thank you for doing that one for us.
Right.
Too early to say on this one. I think what we're going to do, we'll do what we did last season round. We'll get a couple of games into it, and we'll get you to come up with your Dream Team 11 and Luke to come up with his Dream Team 11, because it's too early to say on pre-season, isn't it?
Yeah.
So very interesting stuff. Not a lot we can tell from it, but the overriding feeling I'm getting from you is that there's goals out there, even though we've lost Telford.
Yeah, definitely. And
clean sheets.
Yeah, with clean sheets. I think what I'd like to see is, rather than rely on one man to get like 25 goals, I'd like to see us get 30 goals from 3 different forwards, like Zanza, Bogle, Zimba. Yeah, so we share the goals around a little bit. Maybe some goals from midfield as well. So yeah, I think the goals are going to come. No doubt about it.
Okay, pre-season done. What we're going to do now, I know that you love your Avengers, Marvel and stuff like that. So I'm going to say at the end of this show, and if you stick around to the end of the podcast, if you're listening another time other than after 3 o'clock on a Sunday, we've got a bit of a trailer, kind of spoiler, kind of what they called at the end of the film.
Sneak peek. Post-credit.
We have a post-credit announcement at the end of this, just to let you know.
Right here.
Right here.
Right now.
Right now.
Newport City Radio.
Okay, it's a little bit binary today because Luke could mix us, myself and Steve, and I'm asking the questions. Steve has got all the answers for me. What we've been doing, though, we are a bigger team than this, as you all know. So we've got we've been asking around on our little internal group about what we think the expectations are going to be for this season, and I can tell you it's very, very interesting because our team have come up with some very interesting points. So, Stephen, take it bit by bit. So if you go through what each of our volunteers said, hopefully Luke, who hopefully is listening because he's not replied to his message that I've just sent him, let's go through the expectations of what we think will happen this season, where Newport County will end up ultimately this time next year.
Yeah, so Daniel Fraser, one of our key contributors and football guru.
And owner of Pepe the Sports Dog.
And owner of Pepe the Sports Dog.
The most important point.
Yeah. So he's gone with, he thinks Newport County will finish 11th in the league. So same as last season. He thinks Bogle will be top scorer with 15. So he thinks Bogle's going to have a good season. And he thinks we're going to get a 2-1 win at Sutton. Chris Lucas, ace photographer, he said that we're going to do a challenge for the playoffs, he thinks, again this season, but he hopes that we can sustain it until the end of the season this time, and he's gone for a 1-1 draw on the opening day of the season at Sutton. So yeah, he thinks we're going to get a result. And then Chris Chappell, the god of the commentary, he's on holidays at the moment, so I hope he's enjoying himself with Sue and Fleur.
Getting that last little bit of resting before a brand new crazy season ahead.
Yeah,
I don't blame him.
He's been very busy at work, so I think he deserves a rest. He thinks that we're going to finish in 10th place, and he thinks that we're going to get a 1-1 draw at Sutton.
There's a theme there.
I know, yeah. Apart from Chris Chappell, Chris Lucas, Where's the positivity, guys?
Yeah,
Come on.
I read it and I thought, whoa. And again, this is why we love to have a two-way conversation. We'll certainly have this conversation with the guys as we move through the season. But yeah, I was quite surprised at that. You got to watch it for Dan, because what Dan does, he's obviously a statistician, and you had this Super Six going on last season that I was rubbish at doing. I just completely forgot to put my predictions in. But Dan did quite well, didn't he?
Yeah, oh yeah, he did.
So he's the one to watch. So what did Dan say again? What was his league position?
It was 11th.
Okay, and he thinks it's 1-1 in the first match.
No, he thinks we're going to win 2-1.
He's positive on that, so he's positive with
he's
that.
positive about the Sutton game, but not so much about the season. So, yeah, I mean, the start of the season is the one time in your footballing life where you can have a bit of hope. You know?
Yeah.
That might dwindle over the next 8 to 9 months, and that's fine. That's football for you. But the great thing about the start of the season and the first game is you're full of hope, you're full of excitement, full of positivity. What's wrong?
Well, it's not overly negative, but it's not overly positive. Perhaps it's just the Newport psyche that I keep talking about, isn't it? You know, the fact that we're, sort of like we could be a lot more positive and a lot more happy about everything to do with the city, and there we are. What are you thinking, mate?
Yeah, well, for me, I think I'm excited. I'm really excited. This is going to be, we've had that, like we just spoke about the transfer window. I think we've made really good signings. Maybe add 1 more or 2 more. See what happens. Yeah, I think we've got, like I said, a nice blend of youth and experience. We've already got an established good team. So we've added to that. And I think the goals will come through a variety of players rather than just one. So I think we'll kind of do it that way. Yeah, I think we've made some shrewd signings. I think Declan Drysdale's a really good one. Aaron Wildig, like we said. Will Evans, I think he's going to be a real asset to us, I think. So we've had, like I said, we've had success with Waite and Farkson. I think he's going to be another one. I really do. Like I said, it's going to be tough to replace Telford's goals. I think Anazaz's creativity and Cooper that we had as well. But I think we will do that. We'll bring someone in who's going to maybe fill that role. Yeah, there's only 2 things really I'd like to see us improve on. The home form. I think the home form has got to improve. Last season was not good. The away form, though, was really good. So what I'd like us to see is maintain the away form, because that always gives you a chance. But yeah, the home form's got to improve. I'm sure James Robury's well aware of that. He doesn't need me to tell him that. I'm intrigued this season because I think Robury will have learnt a lot through last season, and I think he'll take all that. Plus he's had his own time now to stamp his identity on the team. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how that develops throughout the season.
Did you give a position?
No. Do you want me to?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right, 3rd.
You saying 3rd?
Yeah.
Okay. Luke's just messaging 2nd because of the peak of last season in Robury, especially during the 5 games at home in a row, showed that he can play. Now he's got his players, and there's a proper pre-season with them. It's exciting times. That's what I Luke's saying.
Yeah.
So Luke's going 2nd. I agree with Luke. I'm going to say 2nd as well.
Okay.
Because I just don't want to believe that we're going to win it. Even though I'd like us to. And I'm going to come in from a different angle. So again, I love the buzz around the club at the moment. We might be a little bit biased on it because we're allowed to be, but we've had Gavin in for a chat and James both together, and individually. We've had Darren in there. We've spoken to some of the players throughout the last season. Post-credit announcement coming very soon, just to let you know. And football is more than just the game on the pitch. I think for a successful football club, the whole infrastructure has got to be about right. Never going to be perfect. There's always going to be grumbles and stuff. There's always going to be little niggles and things. Otherwise, it would be boring, wouldn't it? But I got a feeling going into this season, the infrastructure is all right.
Yeah.
Is it good enough? So we don't know. Robes hasn't had a full season as a manager.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
So even if we don't do it this season, I'm hopeful for progression. But there's so many unknowns going into this season. The one thing that we do know is that we got a brilliant pitch.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
Well,
so that's a known.
Yeah.
Still, COVID's up in the air. We still don't know how that's going to work. Hopefully no more lockdowns. But again, it's still affecting people and therefore will affect players as well. However, take all out of it, because the buzz around the club, I agree with Luke. I think we're going to end up 2nd and we're going up.
Yeah, when I went to the supporters meeting that we had a few weeks ago, that was the overall thing that I got from it. The club as a whole, from top to bottom, is doing really well commercially. The academy set up, the links with the local community, the girls football team that they've kind of linked in with the FAW, but just everything about, like you said, everything about the club is really, really good at the moment. The amount of people working at the academy and things is incredible. The amount of staff that's now at the club. Yeah, I mean, like I said, this is our 10th season as a Football League club, and we're in a really, really good position.
And there's plans to celebrate that as well, isn't there?
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah, Gavin mentioned it when he was in last.
Yeah, we did ask him about it.
I wonder if we could get him in again to talk to him about something like that.
Do you know what? If only we could. Yeah. We've done.
So, all in all, we're hyper positive the brand new season. I think, to be fair to the rest of the team as well, they're just hedging their bets because there's so much change, isn't there?
Yeah.
But that's really cool. Next up, we're going to find out mine, Luke's, and Stephen's favourite fixture so far, judging by the list that we got in front of us.
Right here.
Right here.
Right now.
Right now. Newport City Radio.
Right, you rest up for a minute. You take it easy. So the fixtures came out, and I'm not going to lie, I cried. But on a personal basis, because the last thing I needed to happen was Newport County to play on the August the 6th at home, because it was supposed to be the Maindy Music Festival, the first ever one, which I needed to be at. Didn't need them to be playing the 3rd of September at home because there's the first ever Pride in Port, and it'd be lovely to go and support that. Even though we've got plenty of the team that can go and do that anyway, probably in a better place than I am to do that. And then we've got the 24th September, which is the Living Green Festival, which is another Maindy festival. So imagine it, what happened when the fixtures came out one Thursday morning. I opened it, thought maybe one, maybe two, surely not all three.
Yeah.
All three have collided. So what can you do? We'll find a way around it. The warm-up will be back as well. We can announce that today as well, as you probably thought it would be. But let's make that official as well. The warm-up will be back. Tinty and the Bucket Hats are the first ones up.
Oh, brilliant.
I've already booked them. Had
Yeah.
to start the season with either them or Jack Parrott. Jack's away, so we're going to start off with Tinty. So that's a bit of news for you this afternoon. We managed to move the Maindy Music Festival to the week after, so I sorted that out, and we'll take the rest from there. I just wanted to get through the first couple of games. The one that caught my eye, and Luke wanted this one, but I said no. I'm gonna wrestle it.
You pulled rank. You are the boss. So
I pulled rank.
If you can't pull rank when you're the boss, then when can you?
Well, I try not to do it very often, but with this one I had to. I cannot wait until the first home game of the season, because the football gods have been either very, very polite or very, very evil, and given us a certain Michael Flynn coming back with Walsall, which I just thought, do you know, sometimes I just think it can't just be luck, can it?
No.
It can't be just a draw. There's got to be some sort of like tomfoolery going on somewhere.
Apparently it's randomly done by computer,
Yeah.
but the way the fixtures come out sometimes, I'm like,
No.
really? I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but yeah.
I think for two reasons. One, in a good way. What a great way to start a brand new home season, isn't it? With the returning manager. The other way, just get it out of the way. Just get that game out of the way. And it's just out the way. It's happening on August the 6th, and it's out the way, and I don't care after that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's going to be a real interesting battle of wills. You can focus on the Robes versus Flinney thing. Yeah, boring, because there's just so much change. Different team for Flinney, different team for Robes. So don't know. But we'll talk about that obviously in the lead up to it. But I'm sure we'll do a look forward in Amber the day before on the 5th on the Twitter space. But yeah, what a hell of a great first game that is. And if that doesn't pack out Rodney Parade, I don't know what should or what will.
Well, I think, like you said, it's got all the ingredients, isn't it, for a classic. I agree that I think I said to you before, didn't I? Let's just get it out of the way. So then throughout the season, we haven't got, obviously we have to play them again away, but obviously we're getting the Rodney Parade, Flinney return out of the way, first game of the season. I'm sure he'll get a great reception, obviously. I don't think that's going to be a problem. But as soon as that whistle goes, he's not our friend then for 90 minutes, is he?
Yeah.
And then we'll be friends again after, depending on the result. But yeah, I think obviously the first game of the season is going to be packed anyway. But this is just another incentive for people to go and turn up.
Yeah.
And I know he's made a lot of transfers this summer, and he's been reshaping his side as well into the one that he wants. So yeah. But it would be nice for Rowbury to get one over him at the start of the season.
Am I right in thinking that Luke went for Bradford?
He did, yes.
Okay, can you remember his reason for that?
I can. Yes.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, well, Bradford, obviously managed by ex-Wales manager Mark Hughes, so I think that's going to be a really interesting battle, and it'd be nice to see Mark Hughes at Rodney Parade, really. We don't really see him there. Yeah, I thought it was a bit strange when he took that job on, but I think, it's a big club, obviously. But, hopefully he doesn't do too well, especially when he comes to Ronnie Parade to face us. I think, Rowbury, I'm sure, we'll be looking forward again, like the tactical battle against an ex-Wales manager. So, I'm sure somebody he knows very well. So, yeah, that should be a fascinating one. Yeah.
Just to remind you, that's Luke's choice for fixture of certainly the early part of the season anyway.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll repeat this exercise when we get past Christmas and stuff and head into the second half of the season. What about you, Stephen?
Yeah, well, my fixture that I've gone for is on the 15th of October, we play away at Crawley. Well, actually, no, I'll go for on the 1st of January, actually. The 1st of January, Crawley come to Rodney Parade, and it will be another return of used to be the greatest on earth, but he's not anymore. Dom Telford coming back.
We had him at his best. We took him at his peak.
Yeah, Dom Telford coming back to Rodney Parade. I was a bit surprised that he went to Crawley, to be honest, but they've got a load of Bitcoin money, so that's how he's probably gone there. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that, to see what kind of reception he gets again. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully he's not having a good season. He doesn't score many goals this season. So, I just thought that's a fascinating one for him to come back.
I like the one as well. And again, the one that he did choose originally, the 15th of October, is the day before Luke's birthday.
Oh, yeah, that's why I had to pick it. Sorry, Luke.
He'd want us to mention that. So there you go. That's that bit done as well. There you go. They're the fixtures to watch out for in the early days of this brand new season. We're very excited.
Right here.
Right here.
Right now.
Right now.
Newport City Radio.
Next up for us, in terms of a regular show, is going to be on the 7th of August. That's the day after Newport County have beaten Warsaw. Ever positive.
Good man.
But we might not be done yet. So post-credit announcement coming very, very soon. There might be something before that.
Yeah.
Let's talk first game of the season then. So this is an away game. Who we got?
Yeah, well, we're away at Sutton. Last season we did really well. We won our opening game away at Oldham. It's the first time in I think it was about 8 or 9 years that we've won our opening day fixture. Probably that was a 4-1 win against Accrington Stanley. Yeah, Sutton finished 8th last season. We lost there 1-0 last season, but we beat them 3-2 at home. Yeah, I'd be happy if we can get another win. That would be really good. But a draw wouldn't be a bad result either.
Okay. This Wednesday, 27th of July.
Yep.
Gavin is back. So this is our most listened to episode of Look Back in Amber last season. Was Gavin just on his own? He's just come back from a little mini break, we believe, in France.
So we think possibly he might have been on a scouting mission. We'll ask him about that. We
think so. Who could he be scouting? Ooh.
Yeah, well, Messi's not very happy at PSG, so we
could be there. We'll find out. So what we're going to do what we did last time around. We're going to ask you for your questions to ask Gavin. I know there's lots of questions about the lease at Rodney Parade and the whole thing that's happening with the other sport that's played there, which we quite like because we had a meeting with them as well. So Hello Dragons, RFC.
We're all friends in Newport.
Absolutely. So there's going to be lots of questions around that. I'm sure you got brilliant questions to put to him, silly questions to put to him. So we will put the post up a little bit later today, if not on Monday, when we have confirmed officially that Gavin will be here one way or the other, either via Zoom or in the studio. And that will be our first proper special edition for the new season. That's not a bad way to start, is it?
Sorry, what? So I was reading what Luke had said. We missed out that he thinks that Sam Bowen's going to be the next Josh Sheehan. So,
there you go.
Yeah. So what did you say though?
I was just hyping the fact that Gavin's going to be here on Wednesday.
Yeah, you'll be box office as always.
Right, we're going to go and clean out the gremlins, and we're going to go and sort ourselves out. Stephen's going to put his teeth in. We're going to order a brand new Look system, and we should be all good to go. But it's been lovely being back today. Thank you very much for listening. I'm sure the podcast will sound amazing. We will catch you on Wednesday at 7 p.m. with a very special edition. Gavin Fox will be our guest. Get your questions on Facebook and Twitter. We will see you then as the new season build-up has begun.
Broadcasting in digital stereo, online, on your mobile phone, and on your home devices.
Right here, right now.
Newport City Radio.